Oh, number one, here's top of the list. Number one, well, I can't afford to do that. I don't have the financial means. I don't have the cash. I don't have the credit. That's the number one, I call it myth or limiting belief. And it's easy to understand. We've been taught these conventional ways of buying houses or real estate. But the fact of the matter is you don't need to use your own financial resources. The biggest deals are done not using your own financial resources. I mean, you're with everything that you teach and preach on your podcast, you know that. And so, but still, it's so ingrained with people. I have to educate them on here are all the ways you can do these deals using other people's money. The main thing is go create some deal flow. That's the job. You go create the deal flow. Money's not the issue.
Nice. Could you help the listener, maybe get started? Give us a few pointers, and the ones that have that thought right now, or that excuse, that number one excuse that I don't have the cash or the means, I can't get started in this business without it. Lay out a little bit of a plan for us to get started.
That's great. Certainly, I will. Let's talk about this top limiting belief. I don't have the financial means to do this. Well, I'm going to tell you. In the book, I talk about there's many ways to talk about getting the money. I'm going to give you the top two for small apartments. And this will help make the point. Matter of fact, these are how I got my business started for the first 5 years. Is all I did. And there's the two top sources of private money for you on a small apartment deal. Number one, seller financing. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And number two, a single private investor, most likely a self-directed IRA investor. But number one, seller financing. This is where we ask the seller to be the bank. And instead of getting all their money up front, they're going to carry monthly payments from us. Matter of fact, my very first deal, the lady's name was Ms. Manson. She did 100% seller financing. And I didn't, no cash, and she did 100% seller financing. So she just took monthly payments. Never asked for a credit check, never asked for a financial statement, which is the norm in seller financing. But let's say you have someone that agrees to doing seller financing, but they want 20% down. Where's that 20% down going to come from? Well, you go to find a private investor. And in small apartments, the number one private investing source outside of the seller is people with a self-directed IRA. They've got $50,000 or $100,000 in their IRA. It's self-directed. That means they can loan their IRA money to you and do a real estate transaction, and you pay back their IRA. And that 1-2 combination, seller financing for the bulk of it, and then whatever down payment you need or rehab money, go get it from a self-directed IRA investor. And here's the beauty of it. When it comes to small apartments, you only need one investor to get started. You don't need a lot of cash, just one investor. And then from there, it kind of becomes a wellspring of funding sources for you. So that is what I would share is my very quick and dirty version of it, Whitney, of how to quickly get beyond this whole notion you need to have a lot of cash or credit.